Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Jaywalking! Stop right there!
What?
Stop right there! Stop! What? No! Stop! No! Get down! Get down right now! Get down on the ground! You are such an arrest! You are such an arrest! No, cooperate! Cooperate!
I can't breathe.
You know jaywalking is against the law. It's a federal offense. What are you doing? Don't you move! Don't you touch me! Don't you touch me! Okay, back up! This is Officer Shooter responding to a request for backup. What seems to be the problem here? This man was jaywalking! Alright, stand back, let me handle this. Son, put your hands up right now. Son, I'm asking you to put your hands up. Son, if you do not put your hands up, I'll be forced to use this firearm to dispose of your threat. Son, are you listening to me? Don't you play dumb, son. He's reaching for... Alright, you asked for it, motherfucker!
Hey, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. A double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. As you can see, it's a video, an animated video that was, a piece that was put together just to show you, if you Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, predominantly here in Babylon, in North America. As as you have experienced yourself, ultimately the brutal dealings that who these self-proclaimed white people have acted, which they are these self-proclaimed white people who run and try to duck and dodge from their true nationality, they are the biblical Edomites. They derive from a man named Esau, which ultimately was given the vessel that was created to not receive any mercy, and it was just going to be ultimately, wiped off the face of this earth, after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, and that's thus saith the Lord. And as you can see within that video, in the dealings against, our, brother, because it's like, ultimately we share the same womb. Granted, we are two different nations, two different, manners of people, as it's stated. But, you, as it says, I forget what Lord's will, I can find that precept, is that you've broken the brotherly covenant, okay? And we were set, in today's day and age, 2018, October, and what we were ordered to do and commanded to do, one of the things was prophesied against you and your kingdom, And this is Ezekiel 35:1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it." Okay, so let's see what Mount Seir. Let's get Mount Seir. And for those of you that don't know, the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning, and these things that are written in these scriptures are the scriptures and the words are alive. Okay, the scriptures and the words, these words are ever living, and they listen. There's no new thing underneath the sun. So all of these scriptures that we read, they all manifest themselves in some shape, form, or fashion, within this present day, as Ezekiel 35 and the Ezekiel the 35th chapter. So Seir, it says, so when you go into this word is Shayar, which is this hairy or shaggy, the patriarchs of the Horites, the inhabitants of Edom before the descendants of Esau, the Edomites. It says the land of Edom, south of the Dead Sea, a mountain range of Edom, a mountain range in Edom extending from the Dead Sea to the Atlantic Gulf, apparently called Mount Seir, and extending most of the distance of the mountain range itself. So who this is alluding to, who this is talking about, this is talking about the Edomites, the biblical Edomites, which are the self-proclaimed white people that are in existence today, okay, that are predominantly white, that they are the archetype for the self-proclaimed white people, the Caucasian people, okay, because you got Edomites that look like Israelites, you got Edomites that look like Elamites, you got Edomites that look like Ammonites, Moabites. Okay, so their seed has been mingled amongst all different nations, as well as the Israelites. Okay, so it says, "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it." So we are as men of the Lord, as the hopeful elect. Our mission and our job is to prophesy against it. Okay, prophesy against the borders of wickedness, which are the biblical Edomites, man. This kingdom that they're running, Babylon, okay, and essentially the world. Is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, okay? So we're prophesying against their rulership, man. All the ideas and everything, their whole being, everything that they bring to this world, we are to prophesy against it. It says, "And say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee." So the God of the Bible, Yahweh, Yahweh in the Hebrew, he is, and his son Yahweh Shai. Why Yahweh Shai? He delivers. Okay, he's against you. Okay, he's against everything that you're about. Okay. It says, "O Mount Seir, I'm against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate." Okay, and who's the Most High's right hand? Who is he gonna use? He gonna use who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which is the true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Okay, he's gonna stretch out his hand, right? And he's gonna stretch out his hand is furthermore with them ICBM missiles, them intercontinental ballistic missiles that are gonna rain upon this land. He's gonna stretch. That's how he's gonna use. My incorruptible spirit is with all things. So those instruments that were created was for their demise. Okay. It says, "And I will stretch out my hand against thee," which is Yahweh Shai, which is when you come back with those chariots, those so-called UFOs, okay, which they're IFOs. They have been identified. They know who in them, okay. But they want the mass amount of people to believe that it's just little green aliens in them, man, which is bullshit. It says, "And I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate." Okay? Let's get desolate. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's the thing. People like to listen. He wasn't shown. The Lord ain't showed this man no mercy for no reason, man. No, he ain't showing no mercy for no reason. Listen, he has a reason. He created this individual, man, for a reason. And listen, devastation, waste, desolation. It says devastated, deserted, desolate. So without nothing, he's going to leave him no root, okay? Nothing. He will be completely uprooted. It says, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh." So, hey, listen, when them missiles touch down, man, when that destruction comes, you're going to know. You're going to know that there is a power. You're going to know that there is a God that reigns supreme over everything, everybody, every living, breathing thing, the seen, the unseen, okay? You're going to know, all right? And you're going to also know that a prophet's been among you, because he's been telling, the prophets have been warning and have been telling you. It says, because then this is the point I want to touch on, just touching back on that video that was shown, that animated cartoon, because a lot of people would look at that stuff and smirk and laugh, you know what I'm saying, because of how it was presented. But you want to know, but that's reality, man. That's reality. That's reality, man. That's what we got to deal with out here. And you want to know what, see, you got something, you come up against the prophets, like you come up with that God loves everybody bullshit. You out your fucking mind, man. You out your mind. These people can do what they do and then think that that's going to be it? You think you can run, you can gun, you can be running and gunning everything, running and gunning Jake down, and you want to know what you doing that shit to these other nations. But you want to know what, and listen, that perpetual hatred that you have for us is ongoing, man. That's what perpetual means, is because thou has had a perpetual hatred. Let's get that, man. Let's get the perpetual. What is that? Wa'alam? It says long duration, iniquity, long duration, forever and ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient. Like this is a hatred. You see, people think that this hatred just came about like 500 to 600 years ago. Okay, when we first got when he picked up the bulk of the southern tribe from the west coast, the transatlantic. Okay, but there was, you know, it didn't start there. It didn't start there, man. You know, this goes all the way back, man. This goes back to Genesis, man. Okay, you go back to, you know, to Cain and Abel, you know, to Jacob and Esau. Okay, so those spirits, the spirits that was that righteous and that wicked have always been in a classroom with one another. Okay, and we're seeing that manifest today. We're seeing that manifest itself today. Okay, and so that's exactly why that these people do the things that they do. Okay. That's why all the atrocities that have happened to us, man, through the lynchings, through the complete blip, like just completely destroy the northern kingdom. You know, talking about Gad, Gad, Reuben, you know, to Issachar, Zebulun, like the complete just destruction of the northern kingdom, and the complete just with the southern kingdom, man, just completely destroyed them physically and mentally and spiritually. Okay, that came from that perpetual hatred that you had against us, man. Okay, so back to it. It says because thou has had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity. So by the force, and you see the Lord set you up, and here it is, the Lord used you, and then he gonna destroy your ass for doing what you did. That's what's so beautiful about it, man. That's when the balance come in, man. The Lord is balance. Okay? The false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So you can't think that the Lord was just gonna allow you to do what you did and then that was just gonna be it. Like you get to walk away scot-free. Nah, bruh. You tripping. Nah, it don't work like that, man. Okay? It says by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. Listen, because, hey, look, man, look, you should already know what that is. In the time that their iniquity had an end. It says, therefore, as I live, said the Lord, power, I prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. It says, sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So listen, no matter where you go, man, no matter what you do, because you got to understand that blessing of the sword, you got to understand it's a blessing, and it's a flip side of that. It's one of the biggest curses that, hey, listen, is for real that's ever been written. Because you want to know what? Through that blessing was your complete demise. Okay? Was going to be the uttermost completely brutal. Because you think you did brutal to us, man, the Lord's going to give you double. Okay? And these coming days when as this civilization, as this current world, you know, as this current so-called order continues to corrode and break down, you know, and dissolve, right? You're gonna get closer and closer to that bloodshed, you know, to the judgment that's written for you. Okay? And we're getting closer and we're getting closer and we're getting closer to your demise. We're getting closer and getting closer to your judgment. Okay? Closer and closer. So it says, even blood shall pursue thee. It says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate and cut her off from it, him that passeth out and him that returneth. It said, how does that cut off gonna manifest itself, man? Obadiah. Okay, I'm gonna end with that. Obadiah. It says, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. Okay? I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. I am Yahweh. The Lord is going to you're going to be completely uprooted. Your rulership, your way of thinking, you know, your ideals, your philosophies, the doctrine that you come with, bro, those adverse, you know, that's satanic and adverse to the ways of the Heavenly Father are going to be completely uprooted, okay? Because it has not been profitable. It has destroyed us, man. It has been completely destroyed us, all right? And we have gotten the shitty end of the stick by dealing with you, period. Okay? By trusting in, listen, the scriptures tell you, the book of Sirach tell you don't trust your enemy, man. To never trust your enemy. Though you go crouching, you know, as the iron rust, you know, as you when you like a looking glass, and when you wipe it away, that, you know, it come, you know, you can basically it reappears. Basically, bro, it ain't there's no way to trust you, man. There's no way, because all you're gonna do is you gotta when you go on to try to quote unquote show love, you're going to give a hug with your right hand, and then your left hand you got a dagger in your hand, man, ready to stab somebody in their fucking back. And that's just how you get down. That's just how you are, man. That's just the manner of people that you are, you know. Yeah, man, you want to know it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how you were built, and you're going to be dealt with accordingly. Okay? As a matter of fact, we can just go there and we can end it on that. I mean, that's the thing, man. These people, you think shit a game. Okay? Especially our people that want to cleave onto these people, man. That want to be with it, but want to be with the shit that they with. Okay, guess what's going to happen to them, man? They going, hey, listen, they are going. They look. They hand join in hand, the wicked shall now go unpunished. So it don't matter if you got a portion of our people that's feeding in your bullshit, man. Okay, they gonna get thrust to with your ass. Them turncoats. Listen, you gonna get dealt with as well. The Lord is gonna deal with you too. This is Obadiah 1. I'm in here, Obadiah, the 18th verse, man, straight to the point. It says, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Yahweh a flame. It says, and that's a representation of the whole of the northern and southern kingdom being joined back together, man, in one mind serving the Lord. And it says, it shall be a fire, and the house of Jacob shall be a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. It says, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there should not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Man, listen, it's gonna come a point in time where your lineage, hey, listen, your seed line is going to be completely uprooted forever. Okay? There's gonna be a big ass barbecue, and guess who's gonna be on the menu? Guess who's gonna be on the menu for the biggest barbecue ever held on the planet, man? It's going to be Edomites, man. It's going to be the Edomites. It's going to be Esau. Your line, your lineage is going to be cut off forever. Okay? That root of wickedness will be uprooted, man. And that's thus saith the Lord. And this ain't got nothing to do with none of us. This is just what the word says. This is what it says verbatim. Okay? You will not receive any mercy. Like, I mean, you can go into the Zonovan compact dictionary, okay? It lets you know. You go to Esau, you read his definition and who he is, and what judgment that he has coming to him. Guess what it says? Like, bro, you're the only tribe on earth that is not going to receive any mercy. And I mean, hey, listen, man, that's righteous. That's a righteous judgment. Because you want to know what everything is coming to you, you deserve. So with that, all praises, glory, honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Bashim Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the Paz Elders, great millstone, peace, sight.